Welcome everybody, welcome everybody. We are back. It is the Can We Not podcast, episode 2. I am back. It's me, your host, Evan Combest, and we're here with my typical guest. We got
Akai
and
Kenneth Rayside.
And we're also here with a guest. We have a guest today.
Our first guest. Woo!
And you know me all your lives.
Not really.
Nah.
Can we really
But
say we
the
did?
listeners.
Introduce yourself, bro.
I ain't worthy, but they call me Panda.
Panda.
That's your legal name?
I'm
That's
trying
what
to
we
get it
going
legal.
by?
It's a process. It costs
You
money,
shouldn't
but
do that.
Okay,
I guess
but
my father called me Stephon.
I guess, Dad.
Welcome,
give me this
Stephon.
name.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome, Stephon, to the Can We Not podcast. If you don't know what this is, basically it's a podcast with me, Evan Combest, up-and-coming New York comedian. I decided to start a podcast with my closest friends. We've been friends for over 10 years, so we're not afraid to ask each other really deep personal questions. And we talk about anything from regular everyday topics to very deep dives on social issues and how it relates to what's going on in the media.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we talk about. Shout out to everybody on the liveme.com
Yes,
watching the stream
definitely.
right now.
Shout out to you
to
guys.
Jade. Shout out to
Jade,
Sky's Crescent Radio.
amazing.
Shout out to City World Radio.
Tone.
Yes.
Producing.
Yes, shout out to Tone
Amazing
for
stuff.
producing. We got a lot of shout outs. And also I want to shout out everybody who listened to the very first episode that we
Yes.
posted.
That's a
Shout
fact.
out
Thank
to
you.
everybody
Thank you guys so
who
much.
listened.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Shout out
Fake
everybody
applause, fake
who
applause.
gave
No more
us
soundboard.
feedback.
No more
Yeah.
soundboard.
I'm chilling with the soundboard
You sure?
right now.
I don't know.
That was the
Seemed
biggest
a little
thing. That was the
wild.
biggest thing
Seemed
on
like
the,
he was
on
wild
the
a little bit.
comments.
Especially on Rayside. I don't know. You saying some wild stuff.
You want me to just take this away from him?
No. But
Yo, can we have you back here more often? If you
I
want?
mean, I'm
Rayside,
just
you need
saying.
this slide, bro? Yo,
Getting
put
it
that
ready.
away. Yes, I just wanted to shout out everybody who listened and gave us feedback. And if you are listening, please don't be afraid to give us feedback, whether it be through our personal messages, through our Instagrams, any of our social media, Kaya social media.
Godzilla_kinda
Kenneth,
on IG.
Rojo Fiasco on both Instagram and Snapchat.
Stephon, you got any social
Hey,
media you want to get out the way?
IG is Confuzzled Bear. Snapchat is Pandas Be Dope.
So you guys already know mine, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All those are at Evan Combest. Please feel free to hit us up. If you listen to it, let us know what you think. If we suck, if we're great, what you
Yes.
like, what you don't like. Any topics you want to recommend for us to talk about, please don't be afraid to hit us up. So I just want to make sure to get all those out the way.
Wait, you forgot about the big one. We have a Facebook like page now. We got one on there too. So
we were
yeah.
quick.
That's
Damn, we were quick.
Yeah, I put a Facebook page up. We're also
Hey.
available on SoundCloud, iTunes,
Hey, battle rapping.
Google Play. We on Stitcher, TuneIn.
Battle
I got us
rapping.
up on everything.
Yes, hit us up if
So
you want to get
anywhere-
battle raps. Yes, do it.
No.
My man, this ain't BET. That's
Nah. We doing this now.
Anywhere
Tiger in the
that
basement. Tiger in the basement don't want to hear you no more.
It's going down in the basement.
No. But anywhere that you can find podcasts, we're probably there.
exactly.
So, with that being said, ready to get the podcast started.
Let's do
Yes,
it.
let's do it. Go.
How are you guys feeling?
Yo, it's a big step up from last week. Driver Man wasn't too agitated this time around. I'm actually very proud of him. I guess
Yeah, he had a good playlist.
yes, a
He had
very great playlist.
He had a
Very
great playlist
great.
setup.
You know, kept us excited the entire ride. You know,
I don't know about excited the entire
no,
time. I was,
well, he didn't punch pigeons this time around.
Nah.
That's a-
But
that's
that
a big
old lady
thumbs up.
that was crossing in the crosswalk, she
Oh
didn't
my
deserve that to happen to her. That's messed up, man. You
Thoughts
woke up
and
a
prayers.
Christian today, Evan.
Thoughts and prayers.
You a child of God, Evan. I don't know why you would go and do something like that to an old lady in a crosswalk.
Are you happy with yourself?
What? Relax.
Evan got cheated on.
Relax.
Gotta bring it back early.
Relax.
Every episode.
Yeah, you relax with that soundboard.
Can we ask, I guess, how he's doing?
You know what? Yes, let's go.
Stephon, how
How
are
you
you?
I'm motherfucking tired.
All right, cool. He's like that every day.
Exactly.
But I am excited to be on this. Good friends, good topics. Let's get some dirt.
Cool. So I want to start off with a topic we talked about last week. Snoop Dogg was found cheating.
Yes.
And there's been more developments in the story. You know, I can't give you guys just scandalous information
Scandizzle. That's
without
what it
giving
is.
you some real journalism. I did deep dive.
Journalism.
I did my
On
work.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes, yes.
Investigative journalism on Snoop Dogg.
Yes, I did my work.
Got your
On
gin
the
and
shade
juice.
room.
On the shade room. You got some credible resources, bro.
Exactly.
Shizzle facts.
TMZ too. They hit me up. They let me know all the facts. So
For shizzle facts.
the last time we left off with Snoop Dogg, it was found out that he was, cheating with a woman and that, all of this stuff was going on. People didn't know how to feel about Snoop Dogg. But come to find out that this woman was Selena Powell, who is also known for trying to lie about being pregnant from rapper Offset, and she lied about being pregnant with this baby and trying to get a DNA test. And she's come out and said that she was lying about it
because she's trying to take off.
Yeah, so people started looking at her funny, but then also Snoop Dogg came out with a release trailer for his new show called Clout Chasers, where he takes people who chase clout, do internet stunts for internet fame, and he wants to expose them. And he tried to put her up on his show to say that, oh, I only did this for my show. Are we buying that?
Niggas created a whole show just so he could get out of line with his wife. Wow, that sounds exactly right.
He fast tracked.
Is there a ding 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 button? Because that's ding 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 worthy. Yes, they're about to fight. Of course, yeah. I'm getting half of the residuals. Fuck out of here, Snoop Dizzle. You better pay up.
Kenneth, are you buying the story?
Not at all. He doing too much for all that. You really had to come out and be like, yo, oh shit, like the whole world thought about this. Like you had to go and snitch. Yo, I'm gonna call up every TV producer I know. I need me a show by yesterday. I got to save my black ass.
You looking at my stuff 2 days ago.
I gotta save my black ass just to make sure I don't get caught.
Wait, we might not be black. As Evan did his investigative journalism on the shade room.
All of my
did you get his like ancestry DNA?
You know what's
results?
crazy? What I did find out, I didn't find out his ancestry results, but I did find out that, going through it, I found that it may not have been Snoop Dogg that was cheating on the girl. It was this Snoop Lion character.
Oh, you can't be.
Yeah, serious. It was Snoop Lion, the guy that made the reggae album.
Yeah, with Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
this happened a long time ago with a man named Mick Foley.
Oh,
his wife. We almost thought he cheated on his wife with some nigga named Mankind, but it wasn't Mankind.
Who was it?
Sacco.
Mr. Sacco?
Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco, indeed. That's Dr. Sacco to you.
They call me Big LA.
Hey.
But
somebody better call The Rock.
Call the police.
Me personally, I'm not buying any of this Snoop Dogg stuff, because my thing is that at first I was going with him like, oh, it's only for a show. We're gonna shoot him some bail. We're gonna forgive him. Okay. Everything's cool. But when you go into the details of the story about all the ways that he was talking to this girl and FaceTiming with her and trying to talk to her, you would think, okay, that's what you got to do to get on the show. She doesn't know that she's being duped. But there was also a video of this woman at his house.
That's right.
Yeah, he fucked up, dog.
It was like, bro, why was she at your house if she was gonna be on your TV show? What y'all doing chilling at the crib?
Oh, pre-production shit, pre-production shit.
They were having a pre-production.
Gotta go over some lines, some long lines.
It was the longest interview he ever had.
Was it the casting couch?
Oh God.
The casting couch.
Oh God.
Was it? That's terrible.
The
bleep that out.
Dog couch.
Post production,
but
bleep that out.
I say all of that to say, like I say, I'm going to relate this to the bigger picture.
Okay.
What if Snoop Dogg was using this whole show as a lie just to cheat on his wife?
Oh, of course.
That's what you're just believing?
Yes.
Do you think niggas really out here doing that?
Yes.
Wow.
That is. If there's anything we know, niggas do anything elaborate. Is to elaborate an entire
if he was really cheating on his wife.
Of course.
That's what people men are.
You want to lose half of all you own? No.
All right.
Why would I need to do that?
I'm just asking.
I'm going to be straight up. Yeah, I admit I cheated on the last episode, but I'm here. Why the hell would I think of some smart ass shit of making it
You what?
Listen. Let's not bring up Evan's affairs because he doesn't want to do that on his own show.
Boo! Get the fuck out of here!
Hey, quit it! You got one more in the next 5 minutes.
Have you ever created a big lie to try to justify why you cheated?
First off, I didn't cheat.
That's a lie.
You didn't?
I did not cheat. So
okay.
Let's get that out the way. Second of all, I did create a big lie to get myself out of a smaller lie.
Wouldn't that be cheating?
No.
It's improvising.
Improvising? So we're just going to call it cheating improvising
So you
now.
lied to lie?
Don't shake hands.
You
can't see this guy.
There you go.
That's not cool.
But yes, I did lie I made a bigger lie to make my smaller lie seem insignificant. To try and keep myself out of trouble in a relationship.
So you lied about a lie?
Yep.
You don't think that's wrong?
He just improvised.
All right, wait a minute.
No.
Because he keeps trying. Stephon is trying to shoot him bail. Stephon.
I'm just trying to help my mans out, all right?
You ain't bailing him out.
I appreciate that.
Have you, Stephon, ever lied to cover some scandalous action in a relationship?
Dun, dun, dun.
I have a bad memory. Can I
Yo!
call my lawyer?
You're not
Call your
real.
lawyer. No, can't call your lawyer.
Nope, not today. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's calling his lawyer.
Hello, Rodney.
Unfortunately, it's you.
Yeah, I am his lawyer, so
There
you
you
know
go.
what?
Okay,
I'm going to
so-
protect my client.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're going to ask him the question, he's got to, until proven guilty.
He's innocent, so leave
He's-
him alone.
Oh, no, but you asked him a question, he didn't even answer.
That wasn't it. No answer is an answer. And that's the end of that topic.
Wow.
With that sound effect, that's how we close in on Snoop Dogg.
Got you.
Just making sure.
You need the Law and Order chung chung.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get that in post. I just wanted to make sure we finish covering the Snoop Dogg story.
Snoop Dogg is.
Snoop
We're
Dizzle
at,
is done.
we're at peace with Snoop.
All right, cool.
We finished chasing the clout.
Exactly.
There you
What
go.
do you got? Whatever you guys think about Snoop Dogg, feel free to comment it down below. Let us know in the YouTube comment section, or hit us up on our personal social media @ and let us know what you think.
Is he cheating?
So, moving on from that, Azalea Banks.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to hear about
Here
it.
we go. I demanded that we talk about this because this, like, angered me. Really. How? Well, first let's let Evan explain it to the people who may or may not know what's going on with Azalea Banks.
Why you got problems?
I don't care about Azalea Banks.
So basically, Azalea Banks is a female hip hop rapper. If you don't know who she is, and she seems to be suffering mental disabilities because she does make music, but she is more known for like causing
Like
trouble
her
and,
meltdowns.
and
Outbursts
drama,
and everything.
outbursts, meltdowns. Some would say
Okay.
against other artists, and you know she would try to attack them for either their blackness to get
That
them
colorism.
yeah,
But-
about
that's-
colorism
that's
or
her big thing.
sexism.
That
Yeah,
doesn't make
sexism
sense.
in the industry.
She got a lot of isms.
Yeah, she has a lot of isms except talentism.
That's not a word.
It is,
It is
now. It is now. Talentism.
Imagination.
Exactly. So, basically, this woman, she went on the show Wildin' Out, Nick Cannon show Wildin' Out. It's been on TV since
Okay.
damn near 2005.
Yeah.
And
Good show, good show.
Yeah, it's a great show. And she went on the show, and she was shocked and appalled that niggas was wildin' out.
Damn, she came to the
Why did I
wrong
sign
show.
up for this?
This is insane.
Yeah,
You just gonna disrespect me?
exactly.
That's like going on Family Feud and upset that their families there.
It's not family forgiveness. It's family feud.
I just
Exactly.
got a divorce.
No, exactly. So she went on the show, and you know they do a lot of games and like, where they tease at each other and
Yeah.
pick on each other. And most of the time, the participants of the show will pick on the guests for things that have gone on in the past stories and things like that. So a lot of them picked on her. She took it really personal. She tried to attack them back. The crowd didn't react. They thought her joke was whack, and then the people made more jokes at her.
Yeah, it came back and-
She got even more offended. She started crying. She got really upset on camera, and she walked off the show.
That's
And-
funny.
Are they airing that?
That is funny.
I think they're airing this.
They are.
I mean,
they kind of have.
It's
to.
not
like
that
she signed the
I wouldn't watch it, but I definitely have to watch it now.
exactly.
I'm sorry.
She signed the
It's-
contract, so they can air it out as long as no like lewd shit happen. They can air it.
So what are we getting at here with Azalea Banks walking off
Well,
and doing this?
let me take the reins on this one because I was the one who wanted to talk about it.
Rayside, okay.
So yeah. So
Wait a minute. Do we have a Rayside deep dive?
Rayside deep dive.
Get him, boy.
Bringing the flex bombs back.
episode 2, round 2, me against the soundboard. Here we go. Again.
But I just want y'all to know right now.
You ain't got the answers.
Go ahead.
So, real like what I heard about the Azalea Banks thing was that it was mainly her versus DC Young Fly. Like he came up and said his typical shit, like when you're talking to a woman, yo, you ugly, whatever. Just he was doing a whole lot of rah.
He shouldn't be calling anybody ugly.
Exactly.
Go on.
But that's the premise of the show. Certain games, they're just getting at each other. She got upset, tried to make fun of him, like back, like you said. Crowd was like silent, crickets, nothing. So he did another joke, and then she was like, "Oh, we not doing this colorism shit." Like she, like I said, her color, like her isms. And then I read a testimonial of someone who was in the audience for the filming of that episode. They gave a play-by-play for everything that happened. After she got upset, stormed off stage. Like the people were like the producers of the show were like, so we're gonna like take a like 20-minute break. We're gonna come back and she's gonna perform and all this shit. And then DC Young Fly came out and was like, yeah, as soon as she performs, I'm walking the fuck off the stage. And that's exactly what he did. He was like, yo, if she gonna act like this on the show, like she didn't know that like this shit is brand new. Like you've never been here before and you don't know what niggas are doing. Like, don't come here. If you can't take it, don't dish it.
Don't come to Death Row Records. You don't know what you signed up for.
So, what I really want to know was her performance trash?
I don't know. I didn't watch that shit.
But you said you really...
I read the testimonial of a person who was there.
So did they say that it was whack?
Her shit was whack. They said her shit was so whack that the other performers like Emmanuel Hudson and Conceited and all of them had to act like models on a runway to try and like hype the crowd up, who was like mad quiet. Damn. So I'm assuming that the producer of the show...
She was on stage giving her best, and the audience was just looking at her, just giving her...
Yes. Like she was Safari.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Yo, that was DC. That was DC in the back, just like, yo, boo, get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy, because breaking news, I just found something from the show, from Emmanuel Hudson, a participant of the show. He basically posted, he said, Azalea Banks came on the show, got ugly, tried to joke back, didn't work, cried, then performed a weak-ass Forever 21 shopping song. Then he went on to say, nothing more, nothing less. Literally, there were 2 jokes made about her, and they weren't even bad. It was a Cardi B reference, and she was called ugly. That's it. She tried to joke back, and it didn't work. The producers stopped the game because they knew she was getting headed for a deep fry. She left for the first game and didn't come back and didn't say a single word until her performance. After the show, she performed a song, but the moment was ruined. We was the cast members, and we started pretending to be models, as Kenneth was saying, and we saved her from first embarrassment. The end. She wasn't abused. She wasn't ambushed, tricked. She was just bitter and a weak-ass special guest. The end.
Exactly. But Azalea, like, of course, she tried to save face by trying to like make it seem like they were attacking her and shit. But she did say some wild shit, like on her Instagram. She was like, "Oh, they over here making fun of me because I'm dark skinned while they're out here."
Wait,
calling
that was the case?
That was her issue.
Because that's a little wild. I'm sorry.
She's reaching. She was reaching.
No, but I'm just saying she was wild out. No, exactly. I'm just saying you can't just make fun of somebody's. You can't change your skin color.
Exactly. But like, what she said was, oh, like they're making fun of me for being black, but if I made fun of Nick Cannon for having lupus, that shit would be wild.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. That's sounds
crazy.
That's wow.
It's like, yeah, stupid. I don't call you stupid, but yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do
That's like you let's say I'm joking with you. We doing like, your shirt's ugly. You like, no, Evan, your pants don't fit. Da da. And all the time, I already know your mom's dead. Let's say, but you're like, yo, Evan, you got a gap in your teeth. You're like, yo, Evan, you got a gap in your teeth. And I'm like, well, that's why your mom's dead. It's like, yeah. Everybody's gonna look at me like I'm an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yes, Azalea, you're the asshole if you do that. Hate to be the one to break it to you. You're a fucking piece of shit if you do something like that.
To go
I think her next show is gonna be at like a terminal ill center, you know.
But honestly,
she got to do a lupus walk event or some shit.
Imagine they're gonna walk all over her face.
No, but they're gonna jump her.
No, but honestly, that's just the issue with her in general. It's like, even though she's a musical artist, she's way more well known for her antics.
Yeah. I'll give it that.
She's more known and more recognized for her antics than her talent and than her music. You know, she could come out with a hot fire song, but nobody's going to want to listen because we're turned off by your personality.
Yeah.
The way you present yourself online, the way you come off in public, the way you treat your fans, the way you treat other artists in the industry, it makes other people turned off from wanting working with you, and it makes other people turned off from wanting to listen to you and support you in whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's something that you should just not be aware of when you are a brand or you're a person of notoriety. That you need to be more aware that you don't just represent you. This is something that was installed in me growing up. That you don't. My mother always told me, when you walk out of this house and you go to school and you hang out with your friends, you don't just represent you. You represent this household. You represent this family. So don't go outside.
The Combest name must live on.
You've been embarrassing his mom for years.
You've been doing that on your own.
Why did we invite you?
Boy, you better bring out that good suit. It's Sunday. You better put it on. You're representing us. In Jesus' name.
You better tell him I'll cook.
You better tell him.
I want you to know Stephon. Get the fuck out. You can get the fuck out of here.
I think we need to stay on this podcast. We need some ammunition against Evan sometimes.
Oh,
they're coming at people's
kick me out, bro?
lives.
You're gonna kick. I'm gonna tell your mama.
I'm gonna tell your mama.
But basically, that's just how I feel about it, guys. You have any closing thoughts y'all feel about Azalea Banks?
It's like I said before. If you can't dish it, don't take it. Don't go on a show where they're constantly roasting people if you're not a fan of being roasted. That. And if you don't got any like fire ammunition in your back pocket, throw it, niggas. Like, yo, that's the best joke you had was making fun of Nick Cannon for having lupus. Really? That's all you had? Get the fuck out.
You can make fun of Nick Cannon for a lot of other things.
Exactly.
She ain't had one drumline punchline.
Damn.
I'm just saying. She ain't have one love.
Why your daddy left you in drumline?
She don't
better go get a transfer from that nigga at the station.
She didn't have not one. Love don't cost a thing. Christina Milian, Mariah Carey,
all that.
All that. Like, that's a lot.
Should have just got Eminem's number.
Exactly.
Whoa.
If you've seen the show, there's a lot to get on Nick.
Nick Cannon, exactly.
Make sure you come back to your dressing room with M&M's, nothing but M&M's in there.
It happens. But guys, that's what we think about this. You can let us know what you think. You can hit us up. Let us know how you feel about this topic, and hopefully we don't have to talk about this ever again.
Exactly.
Because I feel dirty.
Boycott the Banks.
Boycott Banks. There you go.
Exactly. So the next topic is this is the Can We Not part of the podcast.
The title drop.
Yes,
title drop.
We did the title drop. Y'all feel special?
A little bit.
All right, cool. So the topic that we're going to talk about, and Stephon, I really want you to chime in on this. You might know a lot about this topic. Can we not vent about our significant others to our friends and family? And what I mean by that, let's say you and your significant others might be having issues or problems, so to say. Is it okay to, confide and talk about some of those issues with your friends and family about some of those issues, even though doing that might cause your friends and family to look, it might cause them to look at your significant other in a very negative light. For even when they are doing well, people are still going to be looking at them side-eyed.
Yeah.
Is it okay so knowing that in hindsight, is it okay to vent to your families about it?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let's start with Stephon. Let's start with the guest. He got some shit in his closet he needs to let out. Go ahead. Get it off your chest.
All right.
Speak your piece, brother. There you go.
Let me tell you something.
You in a safe space now. Go ahead.
Let the man talk. Go.
Y'all gonna jump me?
No.
Let me tell you something about that. You should have 100% comfortability with your friends, family, whoever it may be. Doesn't matter who it is. Because at the end of the day, if you're holding something in because somebody else is affecting your life, and then they don't get that actual retrospective of what they truly are behind closed doors, then you give them a false image of, your significant other is, perfect for you. Obviously, there must be nothing wrong. You're happy. Wrong.
Keep going. You're killing it.
But I'm telling you, it's and you know what? When it comes to venting, everything goes. Gloves are off. I'm telling you.
You telling
bullet,
everything?
Ammunition.
Everything?
Ain't nothing to hide, bro.
I'm just asking.
Because why you gotta hide the truth?
Why you gotta hide the truth?
Why do we wait till now to bring this nigga on the podcast? Shit.
He's dropping bombs.
That's
guys.
true.
I'm just saying, bro.
I would disagree.
There's gonna be a certain point when you get so fed up, you go home. Instead of knocking them out, you just gonna hit them with the fun facts. You trash.
Why you gonna say that to your girlfriend, man?
That's mean.
What girlfriend?
Oh, damn. Ladies, he's single for the summer.
This man is single. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Stephon is single, and he is letting it off tonight.
What was that IG again? Confuzzle Bear? Oh, okay.
Yo, you got that Tinder so they can swipe up and right on you?
What, for more trash?
Oh. God.
What?
I'm good. I ain't looking for no more garbage right here.
Oh, my God.
New York is filled with it. The streets is hot.
Jeez.
All right.
But on some real shit, though, bro. You should never... I'm not saying my ex is trash. The first one, that bitch was trash.
I want to put that on a shirt. Yeah, he said my last ex, but my other one, trash.
Damn.
So it's real, I recently got sent because, complications, but I'm being a real man about it, It was from both sides.
Yeah.
But at least when you can admit it, then you could really feel comfortable why you got to walk away from something like that.
Okay.
Because, if you go on forever have a lot of false shown appearances with your family and friends, and one day they just find out you snap, oh my God, what happened? What was the cause?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be no surprise.
True.
I'm with y'all. I'll be real with it from day one.
Yeah.
It'd be so fucked up because I come every week with a new story though. Yo, let me tell you about this mother.
Oh.
Every day come with that realness. But no, I feel what you're saying. Is there any overarching you want to say about I understand what you're saying when you say you feel like you have to confide in your family, but why do you feel like you need to confide in your family and friends? What do you feel like that does for you?
Yeah.
I don't care what my family thinks. At the end of the day, that's not important because what's real is your friends. Your friends are more family, and they're going to be the ones that chill with you and pick up your vibes, and they're going to be the first one to know, yo, something's wrong with this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Then you got to be, come forward, be like, yo, this is happening. I want y'all to know this is going on. So when you see me acting funny, there's no real secret behind it.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to family, though, family ain't shit either. How close are y'all to y'all extended family besides, your mother, your father's side, compared to your friends?
I don't talk to them.
Exactly. Because they trash, too.
I was hanging out with
so
my family
basically what
a
you're
couple
saying
weeks
is
ago. I mean, I actually love them very dearly. Hey, guys.
Shout out to Akai's family. Shout out to the Ramsey.
Uncle Chet.
Hey. Uncle Chet. Yo,
nephew.
Man? Hey.
Nephew.
So basically what Stephon is saying that, friends mean more and you need them to know and help and know where you're at mentally in your relationship and everything. So, that was very mature of you, Stephon.
I disagree, though.
For Stephon. Round of applause for Stephon.
Nice little golf clap.
Yeah, this is nice little.
I'll give him that.
I disagree.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Speaking from experience.
I respect that.
Speaking from experience, I feel that if you invite too many different people into the relationship between 1 and 2, the both of y'all, that's inviting more issues and more negativity to spur in the whole thing. I'm just saying, like you said, with family, you feel that you can't get, I guess, the best response from them if you're telling them about your situation. Same thing could happen with friends. I will admit, there were some relationships that I was in, and these very niggas sitting in the same room had some opinions. And I just want to say that kind of swayed my opinion. So, yes, it did. So I'm just saying, sometimes you got to leave well enough alone. You got to solve a problem between you and that person. Because you guys are going to be in the relationship the whole time. I'm not getting married to my niggas. That'd be weird. I can't do that.
But your niggas will be there for you.
I mean, y'all going to be at the wedding.
Not everybody get an invitation, kind of. Somebody got to watch the door.
Bodyguard, there you go. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes within a relationship, if you want it, especially in the first stages, you gotta get to know that person. You spend most of your time with that person. You're gonna spend a lot of thoughts and ideas with them. And then when other people invite themselves into that and you're letting them know, it's kind of like they'll guide you and sway you one way as opposed to the other. That's why I'm like, maybe it's not the best thing in the first couple of years, Maybe like down the line, but you want to get to know that person and be like, you know what? Okay, I feel comfortable enough to be able to figure out a problem with you. Or maybe we have a disagreement. I want to figure this out with you.
What do you figure is a couple of years though? What's
like maybe like the first 2-3 years. The only reason why I say that is because you're still getting to know this person, especially if they're outside of whatever you date normally. I'm just saying.
Can I pardon with a question?
Of course.
How right are you all the time?
How right am I all the time?
How right
about the stuff I do?
Yeah, life in general. How right are you?
I say 80% of the time.
80%. So there's a small grade 20, right?
Yeah.
That's why I personally feel, and not to disagree with you, but just my personal facts. I know I'm not right half the time.
Yeah, of course.
I need an outside look because my mind straight forward. I thought when I come to you guys for anything or any type of opinion, that's something I didn't realize. And that's a good insight sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're right. Too many outside perspectives are not wanted. But one's valued, I appreciate that.
Okay. All
I
right.
like that. I like
yeah,
that.
I enjoy that.
That's good.
So, I like what you guys are going with this conversation. I want to keep it going. Kenneth,
Yes.
how do you feel about this topic? Do you feel like you can vent about your significant other to your friends and family? Do you feel like it's healthy?
I agree with both Stephon and Akai with what they're saying. I feel like what Akai is saying, too many cooks spoil the pot. If you keep telling everybody everything, then nothing is going to get properly solved. It's just going to be a whole lot of he say, she say, we say, and then nothing gets solved properly. But if you don't feel like you can trust your friends and family to be like, hey, I don't need someone to like argue with me. I need someone who can just sit down and listen to me vent about something right now, because clearly the person I'm with is not willing to listen to this or is possibly the cause of this. So I need you to just sit here, just like, yo, let's just go chill, grab some food. Hey, can I talk to you? This girl is tripping. She don't eat Skittles. She hate Deadpool. And she got an Xbox. She out here wilding.
She got an Xbox. What type of girl got an Xbox and not a PlayStation? She probably got that from another nigga. I can't agree with this at all.
Imagine.
Listen.
That would break
That was
my
the
heart.
problem.
That was the problem.
Like, yo, she's out here tripping, sitting there getting Xbox.
Hey, Evan, what kind of game system you got in your house, bro?
The good ones.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Every time we go over there, we can't even play 2K because you ain't got no damn system.
Exactly. But why
y'all still going over there?
Qdoba.
Shout out to Qdoba.
Shout out Qdoba.
With the free guac on here. Hey.
Oh, man.
Looking for a sponsor.
Sponsor.
But like I was saying, like I have come to you guys before about like certain issues in past relationships, like, hey, like, yo, can you believe this is happening? And y'all have reciprocated that same faith.
Yes,
and, like,
you have.
We talked about
Just
this.
ran down, came into my apartment. Yo, listen, man. Man, you got to give some people some preface before you decide to just run up in their spot like CJ from San Andreas. Yo, what's up, man? I got to tell you something. It's crazy.
It's crazy when they won't leave after you tell them.
Come over to express my deepest emotions.
And then grab a sandwich.
Hang out for a week.
But no subs.
Let me hang out.
No subs. Yeah, no subs.
No subs. Kenneth.
Go home.
But to bring it back in, I do somewhat agree with you. I feel like every relationship is different, and every relationship shouldn't abide by the same rules. There's no golden rule book for every single relationship on planet Earth.
Of course, it's situational.
A lot of different personality traits, a lot of different people, a lot of different families, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different ethnicities, a lot of different religions, a lot of different variables that factor into what makes a relationship good. It depends on what you find your foundation of your relationship to be built upon. So, with that being said, I feel like you can vent to your families and friends about it.
Of course.
But, me being a friend and being around you guys for so many years, I've seen you guys come in and out of relationships through the years. And me, most of the time, I've been single during it, and I would always give you guys advice. I've had times in my life where I've been very negative towards women. But, also in the light, it's very hard for you to sometimes, if you're going to vent to your friends, you also need to, like, tell them about the good times, too. Because in the years, there's been times where you guys have like come to me for advice, but all I can remember about one of my friend's exes is all the bad stuff. Because most of the time, a man isn't going to go to his best friend and be like, yo, my girl's amazing. We went and got ice cream last week. She bought me sprinkles. It was the best. Like, no, that never happens. But he'll never hesitate to be like, yo, this chick is tripping. You won't believe what she was on this week. She won't let me go outside. Like, it's always something crazy. And then the boy be like, man, F that chick. Like, it's always some dramatic, silly.
Why are we hanging out with Bert and Ernie? Like,
yo, cause
my name's Evan, not Ernie. Don't do that.
You sure it's not Blevin?
Let's call Kevin.
It's Blevin and Evan.
What about Kevin?
Oh, chill. You ain't gonna
he really hate bitches.
Yeah, we ain't gonna bring Kevin into this. But I also feel like I said, if you're going to vent to your friends about your relationship, you should also balance that out and make sure you let them know about the good things going on in the relationship. Let them know about, like, oh, we're planning a trip, you know, because then that's like an exciting thing. So your friends, your boys should be like, oh, I hope y'all have fun. I hope y'all enjoy that trip. So that way, if you're also going to go to them for advice, they need a better range of information of what the temperature of that relationship is.
A grading scale, kind of.
Basically, because if you're only coming to them to complain, your friend's only going to think that, why are you still with this girl? They're going to keep asking you that. How many times have y'all heard throughout y'all relationships, like, oh man, I'm still with this chick, and your friends are looking at you like, why are you still with her?
Yeah.
All you do is complain
about,
you're like, I'm not going to tell you how great all the good times and what it feels like when we lay in bed together, and how close and great it feels to be that intimate with the person on the deepest of levels, and how she makes me feel home. I'm not gonna confide that with my niggas.
This nigga Evan's trying to win some brownie points.
I'm not. I'm single. I'm single right now.
Exactly.
No,
you going on OKC?
No, I'm not. But
plenty of fish.
I'm just saying, chill. Chill.
Yo, relax, Tinder.
Thank you.
Chill. But I'm just saying that if you're going to do it, just be more cognizant and aware of all the information that you are arming your friends and family with, because there are people out there who only want to see you fail, and there are people out there who are willing to support you. So it's just the same thing about posting on the internet. Be aware that there's people out there and the information that you're sharing and the perspective that you're giving it from. And with that being said, don't be afraid to seek help or a different perspective, because you might be in your feelings, you may not be thinking clear. It might take another perspective to give you the answer you need in your relationship. That's what I think. What do you got? Listeners, please feel free to comment. Let us know what you think and on this topic and our opinions on this topic. Hit us up in the DMs and all the other social medias that I mentioned earlier.
You just want someone to message you.
Please talk to me.
Evan's depressed.
You've been saying you've been single for how long in this podcast?
Man, go ahead, find your button. Go ahead, find your button.
No,
go ahead, find your button. Look for a button. Go ahead, do it.
Don't let the listeners know that
Hey, God, did you cheat before?
You're struggling to find it like love.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait a minute.
That's what I should have did the last time.
They
won't get that reference.
They better. But just to button that topic up, just, hit us up about it. And also, just I want to give you guys a quick shout out that, I am a stand-up comedian. For those of you who don't know, I do post shows, so make sure you go on my social medias. Let me know when we have a show. But hilarious. Our producer, Tone, he's hosting the show.
Shout out to Tone.
Tone.
Yeah, shout out to Tone. August 11th, he's hosting a show, Hilarity at the Gallery.
Hey.
Unfortunately, normally I host the shows. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town. We're going to be at
You're going to be there.
We're going to be at Otakon.
I don't want to be at Otakon.
We're going to be at Otakon. So
guys, they told me last minute. I don't even want to fucking go. I wanted to go on a cabin trip, and nobody even thought about going to the cabin
Somebody
trip.
take his microphone.
It's not fair.
Unplug. But
hey, can you guys do this podcast with me?
it worked.
Bastards.
He's back, damn. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, August 11th, Hilarity at the Gallery, 1500 Broadway Street in Brooklyn. Make sure you go to that show. It's $5 for entry fee. You can find all that information on Tone's IG at KingTone730. So you can hit him up, get more information, and see us perform live comedy.
And slide in his DMs.
Will there be food?
Will there be food? Yes, there will be food there by Spanish. So you can always come through and
can I give a plug to Spanish?
Shout out to those
empanadas are amazing.
My God.
The vegan ones, I tried every one of those. Like, they are amazing. Yes, I did.
I only had the beef and cheese.
It is
I like
amazing.
No, the empanadas is
if
fire.
we're gonna plug anything at all, sorry, Tone, but those empanadas, come down. If you're not even gonna listen, if you're blind, deaf, or dumb, or anything like that, just come down for the food.
Don't watch the show. Just
that will cure your blind, deaf, and dumbness. Is that good? No. It's like Jesus in an empanada.
No.
Seriously.
I have
that.
I have that. Keep talking.
Every time I eat one of those empanadas, I just take a bite into it. I'm like, oh my God, can't believe it.
I mean, if you were smart enough, you should move out far out.
That is true.
Damn.
I had to stop you.
Yeah, we're going to save that for the next podcast because that was OD fucked up. I've lived there my whole life, nigga. Fuck you.
But, guys, I don't know about you, Stephon, but we have to talk about Power.
Oh,
We have to.
listen.
So if you're not watching Power, spoilers. And you should be
Massive
watching
spoilers.
Power because that's
Massive
how we
spoilers.
keep up with each other. That's how we keep in tune with the listeners.
Exactly.
So make sure you're listening to Power. So,
Listening to Power, not watching it.
yes,
You said listen.
I said to tune in with the listeners. So, Akai,
We caught
Power, what do you think?
Fuck Dre. I hate that nigga. It's like that dude. It's like that little dude that you don't want to mess with.
Sorry about that technical
And he
difficulties
just
with his mic. He's spitting so much fire that the mic is not catching it.
Listen, if anything can be done on that season, just go after Dre. I hate Dre with a passion.
Why you hate Ro Timmy?
Fuck Ro Timmy and
about-
his album.
He about to hit the lotto.
Oh yeah, he's about to hit the lotto.
He about to hit the lotto.
These fucking hands. Let him come down to the station. Why are you fucking up on this show,
They're
man?
about to open that door.
Yo, I'm just saying. Yo, I heard you talking shit, man.
Get him, but
Rayside, get the door.
Show him what show him what Far Rock's made out of, bro.
Yo, really?
but
I'm sorry, but it's just like I just don't get it. Whoa, you got a caller?
No,
Is
my
that
elbow
Ro Timmy?
touched the soundboard.
Is that Ro Timmy?
no,
Yo, I heard you talking shit, bro.
I'm downstairs.
I'm all the Far Rock.
no,
I'm
that,
Bomb the little
downstairs.
peninsula.
that was my fault. My elbow hit the
Nah.
soundboard.
You scared him.
You startled me.
I'm just saying the way things were moving. I know Evan feels differently about this, but I feel like everybody is playing a part on this show, and it's getting to that point where anyone can fly off the wheel and fuck everything up.
Honestly, I feel like I'm having a problem with the show because I feel like they're opening too many plot lines in the season that is... Power's only, 10 to 13 episodes every season?
Yeah.
So, with that many episodes, you know you don't have that much time. You're opening so many different storylines. It's like, I understand that you're trying to open storylines for later seasons, like how
Yeah.
they're doing this season with Tommy's father's character, that last season they introduced him, and now they're finally revealing his motives in this season. But it just feels messy because every episode they end off on one plot line that they won't touch on for like another 3 to 4 episodes. So it's just like every episode you're just opening up more and more and more and more and more, and you're not closing in on any of them. At the end of the season, you might close in on maybe 1 or 2 plot lines, but then by the end of that season, you've opened up 17 more. And it just feels messy to me. It's very hard to keep up with, especially with some of the bad acting that goes on that show. Tasha's mother, Angela, Tasha's mother. Some of the lines.
Yeah, you had to go after Tasha's mom.
No. Yeah, I didn't believe that shooting. Nobody gets shot and just falls back.
Oh.
Nobody just falls back in place. There's a blowback. If you shot that close, there's a blowback. I'm just saying.
Okay, Mr. CSI.
I've shot people before, allegedly.
That's
how
how
they
go
died.
after.
That's how they died.
Yeah, that's what happens when I blast them.
Motherfucker ain't
When I
nothing but a
blast
Call of
niggas.
Duty fanatic.
Blast them like that.
Those are just my issues with some of the things going on right now. Overall,
They're drug dealers, though.
I didn't like.
It's gonna get messy.
I didn't like the way the episode ended because it was super predictable.
Okay.
Super predictable.
Okay.
It was very, very predictable, and I'm like, now they're not going to touch on. They better.
But they needed to do that. They needed to
They
do that.
needed to bring those two people back
Of course,
together.
that's how it was. Well,
They
you
haven't
didn't,
been together
you
for
didn't
2
see,
seasons.
You didn't see the first season, so it's not really gonna feel the same for you because you didn't subscribe to
Ooh,
that.
get the fuck out of here.
Yes,
I'm not
Angela.
rolling with it. I'm not
exactly.
rolling with it. No.
Exactly, but that's what they base it on. You
Whenever
know.
I see Angela,
Yes, exactly. Even with Greg, sitting there, Purdue chicken ass sex.
but whatever. I want to get off. Kenneth, did you see Power?
No.
Damn, Stephon, are you watching Power? Well, you should be watching
Whoa.
it. That's one, Stephon. I'm watching you, my nigga. I can see that. You're
Ew.
not slick, my nigga.
Ew.
Call us. Remember all them exes he was talking about? They calling.
They're calling right
You must
now.
have heard me talking trash.
Exactly. Exactly. But I want to move on to a quick, lighthearted story that I saw in the Shade Room that I found hilarious.
Okay.
A man he was on a date with a woman and stole his date's car to go pick up another woman and go on a new date.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Can we give a round of
Are you
applause?
serious?
What a king. What a king.
I don't know you niggas.
What a king.
I don't condone any of this at all.
Wait, I have to read the whole story. Let me read.
Please, yes.
Let me put my dramatic read voice on. Reporting live with Evan Combest, giving you guys a Shade Room story. Best of the best. Drama and llamas. Evan Combest, the man with the plan. Let's go. This man then lost his everlasting mind. Imagine going on a date with a guy and he steals your car to take out another woman. Well, that's exactly what happened with one woman who got straight up played. Like Cash Doll said, these niggas for everybody. According to ABC6, Faith Pugh went on a date with Kelvin Griffin at a local restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee. Kelton didn't whip, so the two went in Faith's car, which should have been a red flag for Faith. If a guy asks you on a date and he ain't got no whip and you picking him up, that's an automatic no-no, sis. The date went south when Kelton asked Faith if she could run to the gas station and get him a cigar, which should have been another red flag, sis. But Faith must have been feeling this dude at the time because she went in to get it. And while she was inside, Kelton took off in her car. Faith tried to call Kelton several times, but by the time that sis was already on his block list and as well on social media. What makes the story even more wrong, a couple hours later, Faith got a text from her god sister that Kelton had asked her out on a date. Her god sister ended up smashing. The end.
This nigga ain't shit. How are you guys subscribing to this? Hang on. I'm sorry. Nah. I got to sound off on that. You are really promoting this right now, Evan.
I respect it.
He drove off probably smoking that cigar.
I don't think he never got the cigar.
He never got the cigar.
He probably went to another gas station and got a cigar.
He probably don't smoke.
Probably don't smoke. A nigga like that definitely smoking something. He's definitely smoking something. Oh my goodness. Please tell me we are not subscribing to this man. I got some words for this nigga.
I subscribe.
It's a good. I'm just saying.
You mean to tell me?
That's just a lot to pull off. It's a lot to do to pull something like that off. I just want to commend him for his efforts.
It sounds like a GTA mission, honestly.
Yeah,
that sounds like an easy mission.
What he did was ethically right. Morally, he's wrong. He's a douchebag. Come on, he don't got a car. Don't be dating women. Women, if you got a car, don't date a man without a car. And even though a car doesn't signify.
What if a woman doesn't have a car?
Signify financial status. A car does not signify financial status.
Okay.
Thank you, Kenneth. But women, if you're the type of woman that likes to be pampered and a man doesn't have a car and that's something that's important to you, you should not be dating a man like that.
So up your standards.
Basically. But I don't. What I find funny about this story was, did she get any clues that this nigga was shady throughout that entire day?
White Air Force Ones.
No, she picked him up and he's over there looking at her gas. He's just doing mad suspicious action. He's like, yo, you got the push in? You got the push to start? Like, oh, it's a nice car. Like, he just asking mad automobile-like questions. Like, nigga, you got a Metro card. Why you
picked you up at the bus stop?
Why are you inquiring if I have a spare tire in the truck? He's just
how are my brakes?
Yeah.
Is your tire pressure good?
Yeah, when was the last time it got inspected? What's going on here?
Yo, is your license expired?
Oh, no, better yet, if you try to take off, will the car stall?
Yeah, he's like, when's the last time you changed your oil?
Yo, does it pull to the left or the right? I'm just asking.
Just mad crazy stuff.
Can I leave?
Yo, can you pull up to the gas station real quick? I need me a cigar.
Yo, can you get out and put in the gas?
I need me a cigar. I got you. I'll put 5 on the gas. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. That's
Go ahead,
so
baby
wild.
girl.
How do you do that?
I know.
But no. The thing that's funny to me, this sounds like the dumbest criminals, like on Spike TV or some shit.
He gonna be on the first 48.
This genius decided to go out with the damn godmother.
Sister.
How are you? Oh, the god sister.
sister.
The god sister.
I know.
How do you do that? Like you.
Well, obviously, this guy is probably suffering from some type of asshole mental.
There ain't no asshole mentality.
No, that's stupidity.
I know.
No.
I know.
I give him credit. That's creative.
Creative?
And ballsy.
That's the same.
No, that's creative and ballsy at the same time.
It does take a lot of balls because, mind you, doing something like that, you know you're gonna get caught, and he did
go to jail.
He ended up getting caught and going to jail
after he smashed.
Yeah, exactly.
No. That's the one. Because at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. So was it worth it?
Got what we
definitely worth it. Because think about that. He probably met homegirl first, right? And then later on saw the real potential.
Oh,
that was an easy swish.
Yo.
Boo.
Get out.
You said you're a comedian.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, guys, we gotta close this out. I just want to end on a certain note, touching on some of the topics that oversee all the topics that we talked about.
But before you get into that, this story, I want our listeners to like come in with like relationship red flags.
Please,
you know what? Because give us your own versions of relationship red flags. Like shit. Like if a nigga is constantly asking shit about your car, how much gas is in the tank, where you keep your credit cards, like how fast can you run, shit like that.
You ever had any injuries in your family?
Like you got bad knees? Come on, I need the body
you
facts.
Have both of your kidneys?
No. Let's bring the real issue up here. I want to GoFundMe for that nigga to get out of jail.
Yes. What? Yes. What? Yes. Fund Calvin. Fund that nigga. Get him a brand new phone. Open him a new account on Tinder. Let's see him do it again.
Or get him his own goddamn car.
He needs a TV show. Calvin needs a TV show. That man's creative.
Why would he need a car when he could just take yours?
Can we not? This is my last episode.
We are literally running out of time.
But like I said, I want to listen to come in with their own relationship red flags. But go ahead, Evan.
Yes. The main thing that I want to get into is at the end of this, to end this all up, summarize it all, it kind of goes to all the story we're talking about, is check on your friends. And check your friends. Check on them and check your friends. And we talked about earlier on the other story, there was a Azalea Banks, and she's known for doing all this other stuff going on. She's always known for her antics. There's a lot of people online doing a lot of things for attention, doing a bunch of antics, and there's some people out there who are clearly going through mental issues. You remember XXXTentacion? He described himself as bipolar. There'd be times he posted online, he would be super happy and positive. There'd be other times he'd be on there, wishing violence upon other people,
emoting
and
like a human being does.
Yeah, and not saying that is a reason for his death, but if being that emotional and you suffer from a mental condition, and especially people in that stature and that notoriety, you should have people around you to keep you grounded. You need your friends to keep you grounded, to say, hey, bro, I don't think that's the best look. Not to necessarily stop you from posting it, but at least somebody's in your circle to try to keep you grounded and not just have a bunch of yes men around you. You don't need a bunch of people who just, who are basically you're paying off to be around you, to pay them to be your friend, you're paying them to protect you. So whatever you're trying to do, they're going to allow it anyway, because if they say no, you're going to fire them. They think they're going to lose their income. So you need those type of people in your circle to let you know you're wilding. And then you also need to let your friends know, like, yo, my dude, that ain't the move. That's not something you should be doing. Like, if I'm posting online a bunch of money and I'm acting like somebody and I'm pretending to be somebody I'm not, I would love for one of you guys to come in and say, yo, Evan, you wildin'. You don't need to be doing that right now. That's not the move, my dude. Like, there's people out there who they think are their day ones and their real friends, and they post things on social media and online, exposing themselves and writing all these type of statuses and just exposing them, their own selves and things like that. And there's nobody in their circle, and recording themselves, and there's nobody in their circle to tell them, yo, you need to stop. This isn't the move. Like, do you understand how many steps it takes to get a video online? You have to film it, review it, edit it, and then upload it, give it a title, a description. Like, that's insane. Like, that's not something that you should be able to do. But that's just my message as overall. But on that note, we have to end this podcast. Guys, is there anything you want to say? What you learned this week?
Go fun. I'm gonna set that shit up. I'm gonna set that shit up.
My mic.
Stop touching the table.
Because I'm mad.
That's why you from Far Rock.
Oh well, we can save that off. Oh well.
Yes, shout out to Far Rock. Actually, yeah, shout out to Far Rock because I will have to say this. It's not just the last stop on the fucking A. I hate y'all niggas. I've known y'all for damn near 10 years.
We're running out of time.
So fuck y'all.
Well, as your friends, the look is to move out.
Yeah, we're running out of time, guys. So, yeah, that's the end of the Can We Not podcast. Please feel free to hit us up on all of our social medias. That'll be in the description. We will see you guys next week. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Later.